Hello, everyone. I'm so delighted to be here today with you. As mentioned by Anton, I lead the research and development globally of Accenture. And to be very honest, I'm going to be very honest with you, if I would not have worked for Accenture, I probably would have worked for Pixar. Because one of my hobbies is to do magic tricks, and I've been doing a lot of magic tricks to my clients as well until I decided to stop at some point. But I think those guys are magicians, and the reason why probably I have the role that I have today is that because I believe that a lot of research and development we're doing is really magic at one point of time. So what I want to tell you today is all about our technology vision. Every year, the lab of Accenture, the labs, and we have 7 labs in the world, they publish a vision. And that technology vision is all about identifying the technology trends that we believe will be impactful in the business of our clients, their operating models, and as well as the society itself. Okay. And so what's interesting to see here, and moving to this interesting slide, I believe that this year, like 4 years ago, we are on something really amazing. And we've been issuing this technology vision for 15 years. 4 years ago, the theme of the technology vision was every business is a digital business. And at the time I was presenting it, I felt there was something really special about it. What we were saying to our clients is that you guys are leveraging cloud. You're picking into your social media. You're doing increasing stuff related to AR, VR, and everything. We believe the digitalization of your business is going to transform the way you work, the way you live. This year, we have a breakthrough again. And it's coming from 2 factors. The number one, I call that the economics of technology. Never before, we've seen an acceleration of technology. And the price point to store your data or to do high-performance computing is going down like dramatically. Never before. The second point is, and you all know that, it's the economic context. Brexit, American election, I live in San Francisco. The fear of people for automation is going to take away their job. The borders, the inequality of health. All this means that we are poised for big changes. And what I love very much in the previous presentation is that the focus was on the emotion, and the focus was on people. And at Accenture, what we believe, and I'm trying to click to go to the next slide. Oops. All right, probably will come. Yeah, is that we're supposed to see a big change. Why? Because we believe that technology is going to amplify people. And we believe that what people are thinking about challenges that we need to overcome, we will overcome them. Of course, we will have challenges. But the feeling of Accenture is that there's going to be a new economy. We're going to reinvent business model, and technology is going to help us for that. We believe that technology today is made for people. We believe that first time ever that we can say that technology is made by people and technology is for people. And by helping people who are in control now to adopt the technology and to tune it in the way they need it, we believe that we're poised to see amazing new business models, new business services, new amazing changes in the society, as you've seen for Uber and new platforms, and I'm going to come back to that. So that's the big change. People are in control. People can adopt technology. Technology will fit to their needs, and they will be reinventing new business models. So what I want to do is that I want to take you through 5 trends, who are the 5 trends of this year. And for each of those trends, I'd like to spend a bit of time to give you some examples and tell you about this whole technology for people, okay? So we start with the first one. And the first one is artificial, is the new UI. And we really believe in it. And to be honest with you, so I've been 30 fiddling around with technology. And I can tell you that 30 years ago, I was already doing neural networking, so teaching a neural network on a PDP-11 VAX. I don't know if you've seen a PDP-11 VAX at the time. It's a very big ancestor type of computer, and I didn't have much data, and it was really a struggle, to have my neural network to learn, okay? Today, I can do that almost for free. I can acquire data from social media. I have open source to give me basically the data, the algorithm that I need, and I have, as I said, high-performance computing for nothing, okay, storage for nothing. It's just completely amazing. And what I see is that, I was talking about the economics of technology. I really believe that there's this pendulum effect that exists in between the customer business, and the customer life, okay? And then basically your work life. And as a customer, you experience every day this artificial intelligence. You all have Echo, I presume, or many of you have, or Google Home and everything. It's part of the family. And what you see is a lot of the artificial intelligence here that was hidden kind of backstage, now is coming front stage. And people have been adapting Echo. By the way, the research and development team of Amazon have been working for more than 2 years to make sure that the response time of Echo went from 3 seconds to 1 second. Because you don't talk with Echo if the response time is 3 seconds. And that's exactly the point. People will adapt the technology to make sure that it fits in your behavior, what you do, so that you're going to be emotionally impacted, okay? So I think it's very interesting to see that, and there's me experience an example, and I want to give you an example beside Echo, which is Stitch Fix. So Stitch Fix is a company out of California, and what they do is that if you go shopping, basically normally, if you want to change your wardrobe, and maybe you say that I need to change my wardrobe, then I would go to website and I would connect to different websites and select clothes and everything, okay? And then from those clothes, I would try to buy the stuff that I want. But there is a smarter way to do that. You just submit to Stitch Fix basically what you like, you pick here and stuff. They use machine learning to understand the features, your trend, what you like, your type of fashion design. And they have like a liquid workforce of designer, a crowdsource of designer, fashion designer that's going to help you basically to shop. And they're going to send you basically clothes. It's a whole platform. And it's completely crazy now because a lot of people leverage Stitch Fix basically. And they don't have to go shopping and everything. Everything is delivered to them. Right size, right fit, right look, what they want, okay? So, and we're going to see that more and more, okay? Again, artificial intelligence is poised to be almost the spokesperson of company. Your virtual agent will be the next spokesperson. In fact, if you choose your car, because car will be driverless very soon, you will have a virtual agent that's going to give you entertainment, services, and everything, and probably you'll choose your car because of the voice of the virtual agent or its capability. This is what we're going to see very soon. Now, I'd like to move to the next trend, but before that, I put a little video to show you basically how far we can go. And that's a company called Intelligent X. And because I'm here in Ireland, I had to find a video for you guys. So it's a video about beers. And I want to show you basically what they're doing over there. So let's roll the video.
We've come together to create Intelligent X, which is the world's first beer that's been brewed by artificial intelligence.
AI is about making decisions, and when you're brewing beer, there's a lot of decisions that need to be made. At Intelligent X, we take all the choices, the ingredients, the methods, and so on, and put that in a data structure that the AI understands. We can't make millions of beers, so we start by working closely with the brewer to encode their intuition into our algorithm. That gives us a great place to start from. And once our beer's out in the world, our AI, Abby, can have a conversation with all our customers, and that gives us the feedback that allows our beer to evolve.
There's a craft brewing revolution happening across the world right now. People's tastes are changing faster than ever before as a result, and AI is the perfect way to respond.
In this situation, we have a lot of uncertainty. There's almost endless different beers we could be making, so we use a combination of reinforcement learning and Bayesian decision making to try and deal with that. The point is, we're putting expert human brewers and all our customers in the same room, and this leads to creativity structured by data that allows us to evolve our beer generation after generation. The feedback process is really simple. You can talk to the algorithm whenever or wherever you're drinking the beer.
We've had incredible response to our AI beer prototypes, and now we're ready to get the final product out into the wild. So check out our website to find out more about Intelligent X, the world's first beer brewed by artificial intelligence.
This is it, artificial intelligence beer. How cool is that? And they ship to your country. All right, so let's move on to a next trend, which is the platform trend. And you remember I was talking about Stitch Fix. They're using the leverage platform, and that's the second trend that we have, which is all about platform. And what we say is that beyond platform is all the ecosystem we're going to create. Last year, we talked about it, and we told our clients, obviously, they need to embrace a platform strategy. What we tell today is that they need to make a decision this year. We believe that if they don't make a decision this year related to the ecosystem they want to leverage, who they want to work with, how many ecosystems they want to leverage, they're going to be pretty late in the game. And what we say is that also is that the decision you're going to make is going to be impactful for the next 10 years in your business. Look at unicorn. I live in San Francisco. 70% of unicorn startup making more than $1 billion, they're all based on platforms. 15% of the 2,000 biggest companies in the world are based on platform. We predict that in 5 years, it will be 80%. Look at General Motors. General Motors saw Uber come in their way. You know, there's different platform for transporting people in San Francisco. There's Lyft. What they did is that they created some things called GM Express. So if you're a new Lyft driver, you don't have a car, you can rent a car from General Motors. You don't need to, it's just a subscription model. It's pretty cool, you know? And this is exactly what's going to happen. On top of that, GM understood that they need to be in the driverless car because eventually Lyft car will be just driverless. And so they invested into machine learning and engine to drive car automatically. And they invested also in a circuit to test all these things. $2 billion of investment. So the big name here is that clients need to urge and to make decisions to drive basically a new ecosystem, to connect with partners that could be eventually competitors of them. All right? So let's move to the third trend. And the third trend, it's very interesting because it's also very connected to platform. We talk a lot about platform, but let's talk about platform for people. There's one thing that I've done change in this world, basically, is the way that we work with people. Of course, we have collaboration platform, of course, we have this, of course, we have telepresence and so forth. But it is still very hierarchical. You hire people for a job, and that people eventually will stick in your company like I've done for Accenture for 20 years. Would you think that when you rebuild your kitchen, you're going to get a contractor, and the guy's going to stay like for 20 years in your house? I don't think so. You get the guy for the job. When the job is done, the guy leaves. Well, that's a new way of managing people. That's the new way of attracting talent. And what we see is that we see more talent platform, online labor marketplace, where people are going to be able to leverage talent that they don't have. Accenture has recognized that. We have today a talent platform on which we have 100,000 of our employees working there. They get a thrill at working like this because they connect on project, they connect with people, and when they're done, they move on. It's cool. And on top of that, we connect into the outside crowd. So, for example, Applause, who's providing 200,000 testers in the world, are joining the crowd of Accenture, so that we have now 400,000 testers that can do testing for clients. That's cool, because that's what people see. Think about it. In the next 10 years, 70% of the people working will be the millennium generation. Do your kids want to work 20 years for the same company? I don't think so. I've got three kids myself. I can tell you they don't want to do my job or do my career. They want to work on different projects. They want to be emotionally impacted. They want to work on something they love. That's the reason why we need to shape and we need to put in place this talent platform. Procter & Gamble's understood that. They use Upwork, for example, to design their product. 60% faster and way cheaper, and more, okay? So that's our third trend. Now I want to move to the next trend. And the next trend is quite interesting also, is that it's very connected to the rest of the vision itself, which is design for humans. So we need really to rethink about the way we're going to manage humans, the way we're going to help them to be successful. It's all about that at the end. Product you will build, service you'll develop, platform you will embed, will all have in the mindset a people-first thinking, okay? So what's important to understand here is that everything you're going to be building needs to be designed for humans. Why? Because we believe that company will have to shift from transactional behavior to something which we call partnership. From market taker to market shaper, that's what you need to do. You need to shape new market with the people mindset at the middle, at the center. And we see that more and more. Look at new applications coming up. Google Calendar, interesting application. They recognize that you need to have free time to do what you want to do. People have some goals, for example. They want to run marathon. How are you going to bake your goals, personal goals, into what you're supposed to do at work? So what they do is that they connect to platform. That's how Google basically extends its ecosystem. They connect to Runkeeper. By connecting to Runkeeper, they download all your training for the marathon you want to run in 3 months' time. And looking at your agenda and using machine learning, they're going to put basically the training session at the right place for you. Et voila. Human in the design of your thinking. And we believe that this kind of behavior, the way of building partnership, is going to be evolving more and more. And what I wanted to show you here is that a little bit later, the last video is that some of the work we're doing with Microsoft related to how we can expand people, amplify people. Design for Human will help also to work with diversity. Will make people that can't walk to walk, that make people that can see to see. It's going to be an amazing place where we're going to live. And I want to move to the last trend. And the last trend is very important because everything that I told you here, people would have to say, you know, Marc, I love Accenture, but you guys are a bit rosy in the picture you're painting me. I was just like, everything looks to be pretty cool. You know, people will build partnership with all the people. Everything's going to be cool. You know what? My answer to this is that there's no choice. There is no choice. Today, the technology is coming to us. People are in technology culture shock. We need to help them out. The only way we need to help them out is that to understand this partnership, to understand what type of new product, what they expect. In fact, when we do our technology survey, we leverage our Institute of High Performance. And then this year, we survey more than 5,000 companies, okay, as well as IT executive and business executive. What it tells us is that they just don't care to know what their clients want to know and want now. What they want is that at 80% of them to understand exactly what they want to be in 4 or 5 years' time and how they can help them out. You know, there's a company, it's called CVS. It's a drugstore in the United States. They call CVS Pharmacy. And they say, you know, if we want to be really impactful, first of all, we need to stop selling cigarettes. Because if we CVS Pharmacy, and maybe we want to be called CVS Health, cigarette doesn't work. They stopped selling cigarettes. They lost $2 billion on their bottom line, $2 billion. But you know the story? The happy ending of this is a little bit like Pixar movie. They have created emotion. And they had partnered to stand up. Teledoc. It's a tele-platform for doctors. They say, you quit on the cigarettes? I think this is cool stuff. I'm going to work with you. And what they do is that they have developed a mobile app where you can make an appointment with a doctor who's going to be at the drugstore to meet with you, knowing that 50% of the people in the United States don't have a primary doc. I think this is pretty amazing. They will do cholesterol scanning for you. They will do all those different things. They even have like a panel, like a site at the entrance that says, we give you free flu shot, and if you get the free flu shot, you have 20% discount on everything you buy at the drugstore. How's that? Isn't it to incentivize people to be more healthy? I think this is it. And this is a typical business that we'll have to develop. But of course, you understand that now CVS was pharmacy, now it's CVS Health. They need to deal with other type of issues, what we call the uncharted. Now, they're eventually liable for the diagnostic of the doctor. What are they going to do? Before they were just selling drugs. Now they connect between doctors with patients. And we're going to see that more and more. Look at Amazon, who's going to be delivering using drones, you know, in places. They can't do that in the United States because of the federal regulations, FAA. They need to find that in some other countries. More and more is going to happen. We believe that leaders, company, needs to work with government to reinvent standards, policies, and this is how we're going to build this new business model. This is very important. And so Accenture is definitely very much involved in doing these kind of things. We believe this is what we need to do because we have no choice. Again, I tell you that. We have no choice. It's coming. We need to take it. Okay. Now, I'd like to wrap it up a little bit. And to wrap it up a little bit, I want to go back to the different trends that we have and tell you that one part of the lab activity we're doing is what we call technology for good. You know, I mean, if we don't do technology again for people, what is the use of technology? You know, disrupting the business is cool. Raising the emotion of people is even cooler. Helping out people. Because those people are probably the future worker that will be connected to the talent platform and deliver some cool stuff. That's the story. So the lab of Accenture is delivering a lot of work, it's putting a lot of effort in those activities that I call tech for good. And tech for good is that how I can use combinatorial effect of research that we're doing to help people. And we apply that for many areas. Health and science, hunger fighting, many ways. Also fighting basically, you know, we call that the pay gap for the gender. You know, think about it. Talent platform, going to be tons of people coming on your talents. Some are female, some males. I can tell you that people will go for the males for technology. We need to fight that. And there's a way to do that. I want to show a video of something that we're doing very concretely in India to fight anger. And again, it's technology for people, how we will help basically people to succeed, and how we're going to combine technology that we have at hands today, technology by people, technology for people. Let's roll the video. Oh, my mistake. That's another video. This one is the Microsoft one. Sorry. I'll come back to that.
I'm
Sorry.
Saqib Sheikh. I lost my sight when I was 7. And shortly after that, I went to a school for the blind. And that's where I was introduced to talking computers. And that really opened up a whole new world of opportunities. I joined Microsoft 10 years ago as a software engineer. I love making things which improve people's lives. And one of the things I've always dreamt of since I was at university was this idea of something that could tell you at any moment what's going on around you.
I think it's a man jumping in the air doing a trick on a skateboard.
I teamed up with like-minded engineers to make an app which lets you know who and what is around you. It's based on top of the Microsoft Intelligence APIs, which makes it so much easier to make this kind of thing. The app runs on smartphones, but also on the Pivot Head smart glasses. When you're talking to a bigger group, sometimes you can talk and there's no response, and you think, is everyone listening really well, or are they half asleep? And you never know.
I see two faces, 40-year-old man with a beard looking surprised, 20-year-old woman looking happy.
The app can describe the general age and gender of the people around me and what their emotions are, which is incredible. One of the things that's most useful about the app is the ability to read out text.
Hello, good afternoon. Here's your menu.
Great, thank you. I can use the app on my phone to take a picture of the menu, and it's going to guide me on how to take that correct photo.
Move camera to the bottom right and away from the document.
And then it'll recognize the text. Read me the headings.
I see appetizers, salads, paninis, pizzas, pastas.
Years ago, this was science fiction. I never thought it would be something that you could actually do, but artificial intelligence is improving at an ever faster rate, and I'm really excited to see where we can take this. As engineers, we're always standing on the shoulders of giants, building on top of what went before. And in this case, we've taken years of research from Microsoft Research to pull this off.
I think it's a young girl throwing an orange frisbee in the park.
For me, it's about taking that far-off dream and building it one step at a time. I think this is just the beginning.
So I will not show you the anger fight for in India because I switched the video. I wanted to show you this one because it's a bit shorter. But I think you got the story here. We work a lot with Microsoft on also addressing these cognitive services, what we're going to be able to do with this technology. I think by combining the technology together, we're going to let people accessing basically new opportunities. I'm still very positive. We know that we have challenges along the way, but we need to work them out. And I believe that technology will raise into a positive mindset if, again, we build technology by people and for people. Thank you very much for your time.